Good day, I'm Dainelle from BSTM 1B, and today we're going to discuss Lesson 9.3, Family Business Enterprise. So our objectives for today is to define family business, understand the functions of family business, enumerate the characteristics of family business, and recognize some of the prominent family-owned business in the world. Let's start with the definition of family business. So what is family business? It is defined as a commercial organization in which decision-making is influenced by multiple generations of family related by blood of marriage, who are closely identified with firm through leadership or ownership. So what is the meaning of this? Ang family business ay isang organisasyon na binubuo ng iba't ibang henerasyon ng isang pamilya. Pwedeng sinimulan siya ng isang member ng family na yon hanggang sa naipamana niya yung business na yon sa anak niya, and so on. So, nagkakaroon siya ng domino effect, and doon na nagkakaroon ng pagpapasa-pasa ng posisyon sa kumpanya. So, ito ay gaya lamang ng iba pang uri ng business na merong iisang objective na gustong ma-achieve. Ngunit ang kinaibahan niya lang ay meron siyang pina-priority na isang objective, which is yung ma-preserve yung wealth ng pamilya nila, kung may-ari ng family business na yun. Next is functions. So what are the functions of family business enterprise? So number 1, they need to be community-driven. So kailangan kinoconsider nila yung komunidad bilang core or center ng business nila. Next is family business offer more direct contact and nurturing of respect and accountability with employees, creating a positive culture. So, they take care of their employees to maintain a good connection or relation. Kasi sa number 3, the employees often are shareholders in the company, are eager to work, and have productively happy lifelong careers with the same employer. So, ang ibig sabihin, yung mga employees dito is karaniwan, sila din yung mga shareholders or investors ng kumpanya na may kagustuhan na magkaroon ng mas mahaba or lifetime career dun sa same na kumpanya na yon. So, ibig sabihin nun, kaya kailangan nilang mag-maintain ng maayos na connection dun sa mga employees nila kasi nga, yun din yung mga investors sa kumpanya nila. Kapag nagkaroon ng alitan between the employer and the employees, pwedeng yun yung maging ikabagsak ng kumpanya nila kasi mawawalan sila ng mga shareholders and investors. So, sa next slide, you're going to watch a 2-minute video to better understand what is family business enterprise.
Thomas's wife, Martina, always supported him in his ventures. Their friend David was often invited to his home with his wife and only son, David Jr. It was on these occasions that Caroline, Thomas and Martina's daughter, met David Jr. They married in 1976. Thomas invited his children, Charles, Caroline and Timothy, to join him in the business. At the same time, he gave each of his children 5% of the shares in full ownership. The rest was split between the managers, David, Martina and himself. After a few years and a bit of friction, Charles left the business. Caroline was put in charge of the consumer credit division and Timothy managed a growing number of stores. Thomas celebrated his 80th birthday surrounded by his whole family, even Louis, his son, born from a short-lived first marriage. Thomas was still very active in the key decisions of the business. However, he was less prone to taking risks and started to disagree with his children on strategic issues. The company was slow to adapt to new market conditions and was losing its drive. From the outset, the business had a legal board of directors consisting of Thomas, Martina and David. When his children joined the company, Thomas invited them to join the board. In 2004, David Sr. passed away. His shares went to David Jr., who then replaced him on the board. Caroline and David Jr.'s older children, Jim and Lucy, were invited by their mother to join the business. During that time, their younger son Peter had started selling high-quality wines on the internet. He had approached Timothy to talk about possible synergies with the Sages group. At At this point, Timothy felt they needed to take action to prevent the business and the family from facing major issues in the future. Urgent reflection was required on strategy, and the board of directors was not fulfilling its role. What could be done to restore the impressive business dynamism that they had in the past? A number of questions still surround the future of the company. How to finance the growth and the international development? Should Timothy accept all the cousins who showed an interest in the company? How should Thomas's shares be distributed?
Now, let's focus on the characteristics of a family business enterprise. So, first characteristic is strong interrelationship between family and the business. So, name-maintain nila yung good relationship ng family inside and outside of the business. Next is ownership and managerial and strategic control rest in the hands of the major family. So, umiikot lang yung roles and positions sa mga family members who are involved in the business. The family is formally and informally at the center of the company. So, like what I've said earlier, yung main priority kasi nila is family and to preserve its wealth. Next is active involvement of family members in the enterprise day-to-day activities. So, dahil nga family business siya, yung family members ang nagmamanage nito sa marketing, finance, partnerships, monitoring, and iba pa. Pero maaari din naman silang mag-conduct ng search for other staffs. Next, major emphasis on the enterprise contribution to the family income generation. So, basically, ito yung main source of income ng family na yun. Next, intergenerational considerations, which include the intention to ensure the enterprise long-term sustainability beyond entrepreneur's lifetime rather than focus on realizing short-term profits. So, gaya ng sinabi sa definition kanina, generation per generation ang pagpapasa ng posisyon sa company. Kaya hindi mamamatay or mawawala yung business dahil if ever na may mawala na member, ay may papalit naman. And so on. Nagkakaroon nga siya ng domino effect. So, next, capitalization stems from family funds and bank loans. So, their capital or yung tinatawag natin na puhunan ay galing sa ipon ng family and sa mga loans or utang sa bangko. Next, profits are reinvested in the company and the owners are more willing to wait for a return on their investment. So, yung kinikita ng company ay ini-invest ulit para sa business at mayroong matinding patience ang mga owners sa pag-iintay ng balik nito sa kanila. Kaya sila umuunlad kasi hindi sila bara-bara sa pagdedesisyon. So, meron silang good decision-making skills. Next, focus on business, sustainability, and stability for the purpose of succession. So, ito yung last na characteristics. Their main objective is to reach success. Pero in order to do that, they should attain sustainability and stability in the company. And for our last objective for today is to introduce the prominent family-owned businesses in the world. So, una is Walmart ng United States. Next is Samsung Group ng Korea. Next is Jollibee from Philippines. And SM Group of Companies ng Philippines. So, yung SM Group of Companies, ito yung pinaka-best example ng family business enterprise. Ito ay pag-aari ng C family. So, nag-start yung journey ng business na to kay Henry C. So, siya ay isang entrepreneur na merong small shoe store dati hanggang sa napalago niya yon. In 2019, when he died, naipasa niya yung mga businesses na hawak niya sa kanyang mga anak. So, ang hawak nila ngayon is SM, Walter Mart, Sky Ranch, yung real estate na SM Development Corporation, BDO, China Bank, Save More, SM Supermarkets, SM Store, Alpha Mart, and many more. So, ang Alpha Mart is isang example kung bakit hindi tumitigil sa paglago yung business ng C family. So, gaya nito, kaya hindi tumitigil na pagkakaroon ng mga establishments yung C family is because nakikipag-joint venture sila or partnership. Nag-i-invest din sila sa iba pang mga business. So, nagkakaroon sila ng mga sister companies na kahit hindi naman sila yung mag-manage is tumatakbo. And dahil nag-invest sila doon is nagkakaroon ng balik yun sa kanila. Kumikita pa rin sila. So, because of this, mas dumarami ang business nila as well as their profit. So, family business is a cycle, kaya hindi siya mawawala, especially if there is discipline and good relationship in the family. And that's all for lesson 9.3. So, thank you for listening and I hope that you learned something new today. Again, I'm Dainelle from BSTM 1B.